Some people are starting to wonder where the cryptocurrency is as the market goes forward, and crazy price predictions are being made. This video has a lot to talk about. Bitcoin will reach 3,000 and then 10,000. I'm here to stop it, and I promise you'll get the clearest picture of where this market is likely to go. I'm going to break it down into 4 parts: Q2, Q3, and Q3 and Q4. There are also claims by Wall Street analysts that the 100 price target for XRP has been missed. What does that mean? If that's what you want to know, don't worry, that's also what I want to know about it. I have this. Short Tangerine ad for XRP and Ripple Bitcoins expected to equal gold allocation shot to Bitcoin holders and fireworks to end the show. According to Morgan Stanley, cryptocurrency is set to add to the financial industry. So without further ado, let's get started. 59, it's up 4.88% for both the USDT and the USDC. Going back to the dollar pegs is very important. The US dollar is now fixed to the dollar. It went to 99 because some people took profits, but it's now back to $1. This means that we're ready for the next level, if you'll excuse me. No one made money when the markets returned to a neutral level after people took cash to buy them. What will we do next? All coin pumps will be put in place. No, that doesn't mean the market is about to boom. We just got the warm up for Bitcoin T. XRP 62 cents to you, 1.88%. I'm still trying to break through that 66% resistance level. The total value of the cryptocurrency market is currently at $2.591 trillion. I've been buying this for my Patreon group for 14 months. Last month I finally stopped, and I rotated the money that was coming into Casper to quantity. I think my first quantity purchase cost about $133 for each quantity. It's down a bit since then. I'd take a 5 to 6x pump any day. I'll be in great shape after 5 to 10 times, and I'll hire a marching band to help me go bankrupt so I can retire. The Cryptopia exchange is so nice they'll pay back some debts with cryptocurrency. The New Zealand exchange was shut down in 2019 after millions of dollars worth of tokens were stolen in a cyber attack. Think about this: was there a cyber attack here? Was this manipulation from within? The same thing happened at the Canadian exchange. They remembered. The man said no one could get to the cryptocurrency because he was broke, so he faked his death, went to India, and got a fake death certificate. In the coming months, Cryptopia trading plans to give Bitcoin and Dogecoin to account holders who are qualified. The New Zealand-based company went bankrupt after a cyber attack in 2019 that stole millions of dollars worth of tokens from the network. The first email said that after the first distribution, we would follow the approved process, which included letting account holders know about any cutoff dates before giving out the remaining Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and other cryptocurrencies of sufficient value by the end of 2024. $15.5 million was stolen from you. This is interesting. Wall Street experts say that a price prediction of 100 XRP has come true. What does this mean? It says that on Friday, Thor announced that his initial very optimistic prediction about XRP on March 1st had been cancelled. In 2 acts, the Wall Street veteran admitted that his predictions had been wrong, explaining the disappointing outcome of a bittersweet event that had happened earlier in July 2003. If you remember, Shannon Thorpe had boldly predicted that the price of the cryptocurrency would rise between $100 and $500 over the course of 4 to 7 months. What do you plan to do next? It takes more courage for someone with a following to use one of these social media sites and try to guess or predict where they think the price is going, because let me tell you something, the Bitcoin market is crazy and unpredictable. People will make guesses 99 times out of 100. Does this mean that the timing was a little off? We're not sure if I'm proud of her or not, but I do know what the future holds for the price of XRP. That's amazing. When she first came on, she gave a pretty convincing reason why she thought the price would eventually go up in these areas. If you haven't seen it, it was a great read. You can search for her on Twitter. Digital currency. It's not likely that investor accounts and allocations would meet JP Morgan's nominal terms. You can't get to cryptocurrency because of JP Morgan. You can't use cryptocurrencies in any way, and you can't even talk about them as interesting things. Yesterday, my advisor and I had a real conversation. He asked me about Bitcoin because he wanted to know what was going on in the markets. What are we looking at, and how do the markets look? You already know what will happen. All of these normal banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, one of the other biggest banks, should say something because usage is growing much faster in other countries than in the US. I think that will quickly change in the US. The only thing that's really missing is the technology. We have the innovation, the businesses and fintechs that are working on the rules that are needed. And I think that one day, maybe when a new administration takes office, we'll wake up and be able to add the last piece to the puzzle. We are currently in a conflict where the SEC is retaliating against the CFTC because they don't want to. No one wants to accept the ring, wants to regulate it. But when someone does try, I think they all want to beat the hero because they don't want to stand up and agree with each other. According to the report, Bitcoin is 3.7 times more volatile than gold if the cryptocurrency had risk capital and gold terms equivalent. This sentence says that Bitcoin will never reach $3.3 trillion. Instead, it will only reach $1.3 trillion. 70,000 is where we'll take it if we do the math. Regarding a price of 210 or 210, 000 Bitcoin, will we reach that point? We're going to get really, really close. To be honest, I first thought prices would be between 1 and 150, but I'd like to change them to between 125 and 175 because I think that's where we may see it more than before. This is the first time that Bitcoin's peak has been surpassed. We're almost at the all-time high for cryptocurrency bull runs before we'll skip over a little triangular thing because these are very interesting times and play in a second, but Morgan Stanley says that cryptocurrency will be used in banking in 2024. This year's big institutions know what's coming, and I showed you last night when they talked about the digital currencies used by central banks. 2012 or 2013, and they've come a long way in the last 10 years. The SWIFT effort, which makes everyone switch to a new messaging standard and lets banks and businesses use DLT technologies, is one example. Do you remember that Morgan Stanley is up to no good, Mr. Morgan? Stanley will lead the second wave of Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, which will bring the second wave of institutional money demand into the markets. Once everything is in order, there may be a third wave where people start to notice that there are different ETFs available. This year is going to be amazing, so get ready for some Q2 fireworks, Q3 fireworks, Q fireworks, and Q4 fireworks. The big ending of this thing is going to go completely crazy, and I'm not promising that everything will go well. And a smooth trip Bitcoin and Ethereum will go up, but it won't go up in a straight line. There will be bumps in the road. Ethereum will drop from a base, and if it makes big gains, it will then go over its most recent high point.